They'll try to swallow prey bigger than their own body, even at the risk of suffocating. I pulled an Argentine horned frog from the random object box this morning, also called a Pacman frog because their mouth accounts for almost half their body. When they open up that gaping jaw, it looks exactly like the arcade game character. Their enormous mouth is built for one thing, and that's eating. These frogs will attack anything that moves close enough, whether it's insects, rodents, birds, snakes, lizards, or other frogs. In the wild, about 50% of what they eat is actual vertebrates like mice and small reptiles. Their mouth will open so wide they'll try to eat something bigger than their whole body, and they will sometimes suffocate trying to do so. I read that and I laughed. I've had the burritos at Chewy's and experienced a similar situation trying to eat something bigger than my head. They have extremely heavy, fat bodies that keep them anchored while they wrestle with large prey. They'll stay motionless for hours, partially buried in leaf litter with only their eyes and the top of their head exposed, waiting for something to hop by. That fat also helps them survive droughts by providing energy reserves when food is scarce. Inside their mouths, they have odontoid projections, which is just the fancy word for teeth-like structures. These line both the top and bottom jaws and allow them to grip and hold struggling prey. A bite can puncture your skin and require medical attention. Female Argentine horned frogs are significantly larger than males, reaching up to 6.5 inches compared to males at 4.5 inches. When the spring rains arrive, females will lay about 2,000 eggs in shallow pools of water. When their tadpoles hatch, those tadpoles are immediately carnivorous. Most frog tadpoles are herbivorous or omnivorous, focusing on algae or very small plants. Not these guys. These guys jump straight into the eating of the meat and they crave violence. You see the videos all the time of people saying these little frogs crave violence, saying things like, "Mother, I crave violence," or "That little frog woke up today and chose violence." They're the only known amphibians to vocalize as tadpoles. They make a metallic squeak when they're in distress to let everybody else know that they're stressed. Most tadpoles' lungs aren't developed enough to do such a thing, but these guys develop their lungs early. They're able to push air out and make a noise even underwater to chirp a warning that there's a predator. They're grassland frogs and they're fat little things. They evolved in wetlands, but moved to grasslands to avoid competition. However, they still require wetlands for breeding because their tadpoles need pools to swim in. They depend on the annual rains to come flood their environment and create the temporary pools that allow their tadpoles to develop. In captivity, these frogs live up to 10 years. In the wild, they only live 1 to 4 years. That shows you how much time they lose to predation and environmental stress. Development around their grasslands is draining off the normal breeding areas where it would normally flood for their tadpoles, but the pet trade is keeping them going because they breed very well in captivity.